Good day, the chairman, the timekeeper, my contestants, my colleagues, my everything. I am here today to support the motion that says Buhari is not a clone. I am here to support the motion and the notion that President Muhammadu Adewale Buhari is not a clone, as Bola Tinubu would say. Number one, they've been telling us, look at his ear, zoom very well, zoom to his ear, zoom. Now the Kanu has been shouting, a fugitive has been shouting, and we are listening to a fugitive. What is Nigeria turning into? Anyway, it's all right. Let's listen to the fugitive for once. If you say we should zoom to his ear, from which angle should we zoom? Is it when the picture is taken from 45 degrees? Or is it when the picture is taken from 10 degrees that we should zoom into his ears? And you are now zooming to see the way the ear did at this side, whether it went inside or it went outside. For God's sake, you see, now let's even forget that pictures could be deceiving, okay? Because obviously, when you take a picture from one angle, it will look different from another angle. Look at 69, sorry, 6 and 9, right? Okay, so yeah, you can't base any judgment on perspective. But then, let's even assume that pictures are authentic here. Is it somebody who went abroad for what you call ear infection? You do not know how the doctor treated the ear infection. You don't know whether they even had to do something to his ears. And is that ear you now want to use to tell us that it's a fake guy? What if it was the ear that they removed and put another ear? How would you know? And you are here saying we should zoom into the ear. Not only zoom, zoom and rock. Number two, he said, you see, Buhari was weak. He was sick before. Now he's strong. It's a young man from Sudan that has come to replace him. Even the whites, when this thing went round, the whites were saying, there's no way you can clone an adult, an old man, unless you've been cloning him since that clone was a child, so that they were both growing up together. Fine. If you say he is now strong, so that's a problem, then here is my take on it. Should it be pastors like Bishop Oyedepo, whose business it is to perform miracles, to now be surprised that somebody who was sick is now healthy? Somebody who was weak and is now strong. Is it not in the Bible that the weak shall become strong? It's even in one hymn. There's a Christian song that says, I was weak and now I'm strong. I don't even know the song, whether I'm making a mistake or not. But okay, God blesses. And when God blesses you, good health will be your portion. This is a man who in 2011, the news was that he would die before 20 something. He will not finish his tenure. He's too old. He's too weak. Now, God has turned it around. The enemies are now saying, he's too strong. He's not supposed to be this strong. How come he's this strong? He must be a fake person. Hello, are you not ashamed of yourself? Hoping for an old man to die. For God's sake. Anyway, miracles happen. This man was not even that sick. You see, I don't even understand why people are assuming that this man was bedridden. It was propaganda in the first place. We saw with our koro eyes in 2017, February to be precise, when Buhari went to the airport. He walked from the car. They parked the car far away. They didn't come and park the car by the side of the staircase. He walked from the presidential lounge to the airplane, talking to Garba Shehu, talking to Femination. And people were even telling him that when he was doing like this, people were saying, oh, he was saying that don't let Oshiba near my office, something like that. Well, he was healthy. But they were now saying that, this man, as soon as he landed in London, it was ambulance that came to pick him. Things we didn't hear, we didn't see. It now became an issue for all of us. We started assuming that this man was really sick. He was almost dying. Somebody that walked to the aeroplane. Somebody that was talking while he was walking to the aeroplane. You now assumed that he was dying. Sahara Reporters was the one that broke the news saying doctors have diagnosed him of brain cancer, air infection. As affected his brain, he has only 2 months to live. He's going to die unless he does this. So we all began to assume that this man was already dying, so he should have died. For God's sake, this man was not that sick. Ordinary air infection. He went abroad. People were even shouting that it's not ordinary air infection. Why can't you go to UCH? Why can't you go to Unilag? Why are you going abroad? It was the news propaganda that now made us assume again that it was a more terrible sickness. Because what is an ear infection? You go there, they check your ear, they can say, oh, something you need to rest, you need to do that. Fine. And an old man who has all the money in Nigeria, he treated himself. It's now okay. And people are saying, oh, how come he must have died? He did not die. He was not even that sick. You see, he wasn't that sick. The only reason he stayed for 5 months was because the doctor said he needed bed rest. And people were saying, oh, that means he cannot handle the Nigerian work. He should hand over to Oshibaju. But now he came back and he's strong. Quick, point three is this. When he came back, was he really strong as we are seeing today? Because what people are saying is that this man died in London. A clone was now made up during that 5 months and shipped down to Abuja. So the man that arrived in Nigeria was a clone. But you see, all you need to do is go and type on YouTube, Buhari returns to Nigeria 2017. You will see the video of Buhari coming to Nigeria. You will see the video of him addressing the nation on television the next day, the following day, where he was talking about, people were expecting to talk about Nnamdi Kanu, who had been saying nonsense. But instead, he said a few things about some other things, and then we heard that he couldn't enter his office for some time. But what I'm trying to draw to attention is that if you watch that video very well, you will see that this is a man who was recuperating. So he was so lean. And because he was lean, it was obvious to me that this is a man who has undergone treatment and has come back home. This is not a fresh guy from Sudan. Now, he became fresh and healthier in our very presence. So at no point in time was there a different person brought in from Sudan. Because the man that we saw coming back to Nigeria was a man who was recuperating, visibly you could see. All right? Now, number 4, people said it's because a new person came from Sudan, and that was why his fingerprint could not open the door of his office. So he had to lie to us that rats infested his office. Number 1, if the president's fingerprint failed, let's assume that makes sense. Let's assume his fingerprint truly failed and he could not open his office. Number 1, is it necessary for him to come and tell us why he can't enter his office? He'll just begin to organize interstate visits. Go to Kaduna State, go to Katsina, say he's going to Nigeria. And for no reason, he will not have any reason to enter his office. Doesn't enter his office. Number 2, are you now telling me that it's Buhari that used to open his own office door by himself? ADC cannot open the door. Anybody can open the door. So when we are not talking of nuclear weapon now, we are talking of the office door. Somebody has to go and clean it on Sunday. Somebody has to go and clean it on Monday. When he goes home, somebody has to clean it up and lock it back. And you are now saying that his hand fingerprint. So the issue of rat infestation, they were now saying that he lied about rat infestation of his office so that he will be hidden from the public view. But that's a lie, because when he said to us that he could not resume at his office, he said to us that he was going to use the office next door or the office behind his house. And not only did he use it, there were videos of him receiving people in that office. It was in that same office he delivered the October 1 Independence Day speech of 2017. That same office. So at what point was he hiding away from the public view? You see, doesn't add up. Now they say to us, oh, he was taller, now he's shorter. Again, those of you that have seen pictures of Aso Rock very well, you would realize that in Aso Rock, there are, in fact, The entrance to the major lobby and all that has got several layers. It's not just a smooth ground. There are some steps you have to step down, step up, down, like that. If you are in doubt, type Oshibajo and Buhari resume in Aso Rock 2015. You see the video when both of them just entered Aso Rock for the first time. They were even lost. Oshibajo was going this way. Buhari said, "Come, it's not like that. This is the way we're going." So you will see the terrain of that floor. So it's very possible for somebody to stand at a higher ground today and appear taller than Mr. B, and then tomorrow Mr. B stands on the other ground and appears taller than Mr. A. That's number one. Number two, with old age, people tend to weaken, to get weak, and sometimes they don't stand straight. Sometimes they want to rest, depending on how long they've been standing. So you can't use momentary pictures to determine a whole lifelong event. Now, having said all this, they now argued again that he is a clone because his wife has not been going close to him, his children are not going close to him, he's refusing to attend presidential media chats. They even said that he cannot speak his local dialect, Fulfude. And here I am wondering, hello, even before he became president and all this, did you hear him speak Fulfude before? Is he on television or come and speak Fulfude? Or are you saying that sources in Aso Rock have said to you that this man cannot speak his language? Tomorrow now, when this man is speaking English and you can't understand, you'll be saying, how come he's not clear? He's probably trying to practice his English by speaking more English. And now you are saying you can't speak Fulfude. And Fulfude you go chop. Now, for your information, let me talk about the Aisha Buhari's matter. Even when Buhari was still the one you refer to as the authentic Buhari, his wife had issues with the way the government was run. Or was it the clone that said she belongs to the kitchen? It was the real one, Abi. It was the real Buhari. Thank you. When Buhari was in Nigeria, and he did not allow the wife to use the word first lady, was it the clone that did that one? The real Buhari. Now, all of this put together made the wife to think that this man doesn't want her to be involved in government. So she decided on her own that, please, I will never attend any state event, and I will therefore keep myself away from your government, since you have now put this other man that is popular, Aka something. What's the name of this man? I know you remember the name and you're like wondering why I can't just say. The man that is in charge, chief of staff to the president, something Carry. Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to have to Google this. Abba Kyari, thank you. My brain is so slow right now. Abba Kyari and this man, Mama Daura, who is the uncle, although he's younger than him, but he's the uncle to Buhari. Now, she had her personal issues and she decided to lock up. And you are now saying that she is not going close to him because she knows that's not her husband. For your information, they still live in the same house. They still eat in the same kitchen. I don't know, I've not been there. Or at least there's not been any report that she packed her bag and left the house. Now, people said, Aisha Buhari, the other time when they did this next level campaign launch, they called her to take a picture with the president. She didn't go because she knew that was not her husband. She's only trying to create the gallery to protest that since you said to keep away from your government, don't come and take a picture with you. I'm not coming. And this is normal in every household for wives to try to be, although Aisha Buhari should take it easy, she should calm down. That's not how a good wife should behave. You have to support your husband, regardless. Also, you're saying you're protesting. What? If he says you shouldn't be involved in government, manage the family matters. You will still be relevant. Anyway, now they said to us that Buhari died abroad And Aisha Buhari went to Saudi Arabia to bury her husband. And so when she was coming, she came in black clothes. Can we explain this picture? Can we explain that picture? Hello, again, it was rumor from the propagandists saying that she's coming from Saudi Arabia because she went to bury her husband. Please, how did she go to bury her husband? Have a phone call. Have a phone call. Have a phone call. Hello? Hello? I'm on a live show. I'm on a live show. I'm on a program on air. Oh. As I was saying, now, they said she went to bury her husband, but she didn't. What she did was she went to Saudi Arabia to pray for her husband, for God to heal him. Simple. Do they go to Saudi Arabia to go and bury people there? Will they fly a dead body of a president of a country from London, not even one part of UK, from the central capital, London, to Saudi Arabia without any of the ambassadors of these countries, of Nigeria in those countries knowing, or without the president or the king of Saudi or the queen of England or the prime minister or ministers and so on, without them knowing? Are you saying that America's CIA would not know? Or are you saying that they all know, but they are keeping it secret? The answer is no. That is bullshit. It's so bad that people believe this nonsense from a fugitive who tried to deceive his people to secede from Nigeria. And then when the heat got too much for him, he ran away, claiming, well, causing people to claim that he was killed. So please, if there should be any clone here between Buhari and Nnamdi Kanu, who should be the clone? Is it not Nnamdi Kanu that should be the clone? Because we heard that he was killed in his house. He's now ministering to us live from Israel. Maybe Israel has cloned a more stupid version of Nnamdi Kanu. We don't have to fall for it. No, not at all. And by and large, we are talking of a president who is helping us to fight corruption. We are talking of a president who is helping us to tackle the insecurity. People tend to forget very easily how terrible Boko Haram has been in the past. There was a look at, can't you see, Boko Haram is killing 100 soldiers. They are killing this, and Buhari is still doing this. Hello, don't you understand? Was it only soldiers they were killing? Soldiers were even abandoning sheep. Technical maneuver, what do they call it? Running away. Because the money for weapons were stolen by these so-called people in their jets. $15 million was found in Pastor Research Air Force jets to smuggle arms. And so on. This same Buhari has been able to restore peace in the Niger Delta. You knew of this. So we forget so easily. Do I need to remind you about the Avengers? When last did you hear of Avengers? Please tell me. And this is the same man you are calling slow, this, that. You want him to make Nigeria develop in 3 years? Look at the presentation of Amechi talking about the railways that they are developing. Most people don't know what the railways will do for us. And how would they know when they are not into any enterprise? If you need to move goods from Aba to Sokoto or from Borno to Lagos by road, number one, you risk armed robbery. Number two, you're going to spend days. Number 3, you risk police extortion. Number 4, petrol call. Number 5, you can't do it in one day. You must sleep in a hotel. Number 6, what if you don't have a car? From one taxi to another. But this man is now beginning to revamp the railway sector so that people can do business across the nation without hindrance. Oh, just wait until that happens. And they are not just building railways, they are building it properly with all the money invested in it. You know, back in the PDP days, they can budget 5 billion for railway. And the minister will only release 1 billion. The contractor will only release 100 million. And before you know it, they will only do one design, and that's the end of the project. Here, the people are now being so dedicated to the project that you can see it. You can see physical work on the road. Second bridge is being done. In your state, we have this Ogbomoso to Ilorin highway, which is an alternative to the Ife Ondo highway if you're going to Abuja. And now it's being done, reducing congestion. And when you reduce congestion, you improve safety on the roads. You see, after a long time, this same government has now improved the welfare package for policemen. People are now shouting, policemen are now earning more than military. How come? How come? Hello, keep quiet. For how long have the policemen been suffering? Now you have a president who is ready to say, military men, wait, let's handle it now first. Don't you know that in some countries the police are stronger than the army? You don't know? Normally, on a normal day, it is the police that should be tackling Boko Haram in the Borno state. The army would only wage war when they need to carry Boko Haram, when they need to tackle Boko Haram outside Borno. Within Borno, it's the duty of the police to arrest any criminal, including criminals that commit suicide. Not army. Because when you invite the army, they don't have enough training on how to maintain peace. They just know how to win battle. So when you invite the army, the whole place becomes a battleground, a warfare. You can't be living in, you can't live there because the army would ransack the whole place. And that's not the kind of solution or way of tackling such issues within the country. But if Boko Haram runs away, then we can send the army to go and destroy everything there. We can't do the same so that's why the police should be the ones. They should be equipped, motivated, celebrated, and we can then demand for more. And for your information, why are we even arguing? Is it because we're not a member of the police force? If the salary of a policeman for now is increased, do you know how many graduates will begin to apply to become policemen? And when more graduates begin to apply to become policemen, do you know how sophisticated the police force will become? You will have a case where on the highway or on the road, when the policeman stops you, you won't hear things like, Oga, found anything for the boys. What you will hear will be, good afternoon, sir, can I see your license? All right, I don't have a license, but can I give 15 naira? Sir, I'm very sorry, but that is a crime already, so I'm going to have to place you on arrest. And you have the right to remain silent. And that is because by then graduates will begin to apply. So we need to celebrate it. But then the army would still need to be upgraded because they sacrificed their lives. Okay? But it's step by step. Let's get there first. We have to go now. But then I have more to say if you want to hear it. But not today. But there's a whole lot I've been listening to, hearing, and I just feel like, okay, it's enough. I have to speak. Because there are times when you have to either keep quiet and lose, or allow evil to thrive, or you speak up and stand for the truth. You see, today we have an election approaching. We have to choose between PDP, APC, and a whole lot of other political parties. I know many of you are thinking, we have Omoyele Sowore, we have Olawepo Hashim, we have Donald Duke, and so on and so forth. Please, 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 Why can't these people behave themselves? Look, in 2027, I will become president of Nigeria. No, it's not. Just tell you. And I'm not going to become president by joining National Youth Party, all Nigeria Youth Political Progress. No. You want to lead Nigeria, go and take over APC first. Play your politics through APC or through PDP, then you can talk. Because that is just the way it is. There's no way you can reach out to entire Nigeria. And when you get there, if you're a strong person, your personality will come. That's just my thinking. So otherwise we're just deceiving ourselves. So if I say go and vote for Olawepo Hashim, you will still ask me which political party is that? I don't even know the party. How do I know the party? And that's me, because I'm informed and I don't know the party. It's not done. Even in the UK, let's not deceive ourselves, okay? Even in the UK, there are political parties, there are only two political parties that we know: Labour Party and Conservative Party. These are parties that have existed since 1600. We have some new ones too. We have the Fresh, we have the UKIP, and so on, but nobody cares. They can never win real election. They can only win local government elections. So where have you had? In America, we have many parties. We even have independent candidates. But the only ones you know about that have ever produced presidents are Democratic Party and Republican Party. I mean, it's not something you just wake up and change. You want to become Barack Obama wanted to become president. He knew he had to use one of these parties. He joined the Democratic Party, became a senator, and from nowhere he became president. He didn't go and join one independent candidacy or one nonsense party because he believes that the people will help. Oh no, you don't. You need to show that you can lead. And the only way you can show that you can lead is if out of nowhere you come out and become the party flag bearer of a leading political party. Then that is when people will say, wow, okay, let's test this guy. I have my cards on the table, covered, waiting there. But at the moment, if you have to choose who to vote for, I would say, again, vote for someone you know. Two things. Number one, you know that this man is doing some projects. Secondly, you know that he's about to finish his tenure, right? Let's assume he wins. He has got only 4 years. You vote for Atiku today. Number one, the antecedents of this man, right from the days of Obasanjo, everything he has learned from Obasanjo is still there. It's going to be the same kind of politics. Or he's going to spend 8 years. Whichever way, you don't want that. You don't want that. Although if Atiku wins, that will support my ambition, because 8 years of Atiku, that's a Hausa guy, and then we need someone from the south in 2027. There's no other person, my uncle's son. But don't worry, let's not let the cat out of the bag yet. And if you think I'm joking, don't believe me, just watch. So you see, we need to stand firm by what we believe. We need to articulate, okay, ourselves, not in terms of articulate. We need to articulate our vision and stand with the people that can drive that. I am not saying that the current Buhari government is the driver of that vision. No, to be honest with you, they are just caretakers. They are caretakers that would soon face out for the real people to take over. And you know who the real people are. If you want to be part of them, you have to let me know. If you want to be part of these people that will take Nigeria to the promised land, you need to send me your vision. You need to tell me, because I am really not joking about it. Okay, at this point, I think it's important I let you go. I've spent 30 good minutes of your time. But I want to conclude my argument by saying that I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that the President Buhari is not a clone. I just remembered two more things. When you look at President Buhari right from when he was a military officer, all his pictures, till when he did his swearing in, up till when he did interview, presidential media chat, up till today's video of Buhari, you're going to see a small boil near his mouth here on his chin. You're going to see a small boil there. So if they were going to clone someone, you're telling me that they actually cloned him up to the point of putting that small boil there? That's your own business. As far as I'm concerned, that is enough proof that it's still the same. The gap tooth is there. People say, oh, they put it. Okay, they put it in there. Abi, the accent is there. Not only the accent, the way he speaks, the it's still there. Oh, they did it too. Okay. If that's it, then maybe I'm also a clone. Maybe we are all clones. Maybe when we wake up, we're actually not the same. Maybe it's somebody else. Who knows? Because tomorrow anybody can wake up and say I'm a clone. And you wouldn't believe me because anything I say, they will give explanation for it. They'll say they tried to change it. They did it like that. Well, thank you very much and happy weekend. Bye-bye.